How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and today we're going to be reacting to episode number 5 of season 4 for Black Mirror, which is called Metalhead. I don't know, it's giving me some kind of Cyberman vibes. Maybe that's what it's going to be about, like, you know, it's basically going to be like Doctor Who, you know, oh, Human 2.0, like, you know, you never die and all that, but it can have some really, really messed up repercussions, as, you know, you saw for series 2 of Doctor Who. Anyways, it's probably not going to be about that. But yeah, this is the penultimate episode of Black Mirror so far. I think they're doing a season 5, which I will be doing, of course, when that eventually comes out. But if not, then but I'm pretty sure they're doing a season 5. I think I've heard rumblings about it, but yeah. I don't know, check things first before, you know, going into this episode, because it's 41 minutes long, which is probably, I don't know, I've forgotten how long the episodes were, like, when Black Mirror was on Channel 4. I think they were around that, you know, time length, but I think this is the shortest one, so interesting stuff, especially with, you know, it's moved to Netflix. They usually are. It's pretty random, the times, which is good, because, you know, they are not constricted to showing a certain amount of time like you do for TV shows. Like, you can show an hour and a half if you want to. Like the first episode, I believe, of season 4 was. There's been a few episodes with an hour and a half runtime for Netflix-based episodes. But, yeah, this is, like, completely opposite. This is, like, the shortest in my... I think it is, but I'm sure the Channel 4 episodes had similar time lengths for their episodes, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this nonetheless. So with that said, Metalhead, episode number 5 of season 4 of Black Mirror, let's go!
I could hack being a pig.
I don't think you could either.
What's so bad about being a pig?
It's undignified.
Pork, bacon... I don't think you would like to be eaten.
Snout.
What's that?
Pigs have snouts, not noses. So it'll be your snout the same height as your arsehole.
Nose, snout, you're still trotting about gazing up everybody else's arseholes all day long. What kind of society is that?
An equal one?
If the pigs are happy...
Well, if what's in them makes those days easier, that'll do for me.
Tough times.
Promise my sister we'd help him.
Commitment.
We all promised her.
Whoa, what the Oh, damn, what the hell? What the hell is that? What the hell? What the hell? Is that what they were talking about, the dogs? Because it reminds me of that, you know... oh, Jesus. It reminds me of this, like, robotic dog that they did, Ooh, well, this is great. It's literally Blade Wolf from Metal Gear Rising. I might need this. I don't like where this is going. This is horror. This is horror. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. These things aren't very nice, are they? Oh boy. Oh man. Time to leave them all behind. Breaking out of my chains. Oh lord. Okay, I spoke too soon. It is. Yeah, you. Oh shit, but she hasn't got a choice. Jesus. Just watch, it still survives. Holy shit! I was gonna say, this looks like some post-apocalyptic... What? It has survived, hasn't it? Of course you had to survive. Why? 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 I don't like you. I don't like you. Hell no. Hell no. Oh no. It's a bit smaller than the real life prototype things that I've seen though. Damn it! I got fiddled by a human.
Pick up.
AI intellect.
Please fucking pick up. Hello? Who is that?
I was going to say, can't they intercept that? And potentially track them there if they've been fooled? I mean, my... Oh! Yeah, they did!
Get him something that might help.
Stop
I know he's
pain.
in pain.
It's going to be in a bit more pain because this mission was a bit of a bust, wasn't it? Uh-oh. Yeah, it can see you. It can see you. Yeah. Is it gonna... I don't know, whip out a... Oh, there we go! Oh, okay. Oh, boy. Does it have, like, a buzzsaw or something?
Wow.
She's patterning, isn't it? Isn't she? I'd be like, I'm trying to get some sleep. Either come down or stop trolling me.
2, 1.
Trying to get the AI to... You got played! Like a damn fiddle. Uh-oh. Now it knows. Uh-oh, come on. Come on, Bella. Come on. Come on. Ah, of course it drops on the floor. Oh boy. Blade Wolf's here. Always a lot of keys. Always. The dog's gonna come as soon as... No? Okay. Cool. 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 Whew, this is tense. I don't like this. I don't like this, Black Mirror. Yes, close the door. Last thing you want is a Robo-Doggy. Batteries, there we go. Batteries, let's... Oh, they look like batteries anyways. Stop it. Stop it with this dramatic music. Oh my god. She's defended, but damn, it seems like, oh my god. It seems like the dogs have taken a hold. Oh shh. Here we go, car keys, car keys, car keys. Let's do this. No! No! It might be missing an arm, but it opens the door for some... Oh shit, nah. Go, oh! Can you do it? Yes! 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 It's a nice little paint job. Awesome. Shit, but it's gonna be even more... Oh! Bella's using that to her advantage, isn't she? Fiddled again! Fiddled again. Oh, go on, Bella! Put down! You just got put down! Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh. Is it dead? Oh, hell. Oh, no. Was that a final spurt or something like that? Yeah. Ay.
If there is anyone there, this is just to say that I'm not coming back.
She's gonna have to end herself, isn't she? Because...
Say I'm sorry to Ali and that she should give Jack a kiss from me. I'm sorry I didn't get the replacement like I promised.
Oh.
I've always loved you all.
Oh, wow. It's really shitty though. I mean, you defended so well and then its final spurt lodges a shrapnel piece or tracker in a vital part. Oh, Bella. This episode's just been superb. Oh, there's another one. It'll be too late though. Holy shit. Like, seeing how many... And I love that, like, static at the end. That was a very, very interesting episode. I mean, they all are, but it was so interesting in the fact that there wasn't a lot to really discuss about. It was very, in my opinion, it was very unlike, it felt very, very different to a lot of Black Mirror episodes that we see that, you know, we can contemplate we can still contemplate the technology utilized here with being the dogs, of course, but, you know, there wasn't really much going on in terms of backstory. I mean, we didn't know how they kind of took control of the Earth. We were just basically left in the confusion that, I guess Bella, Tony wasn't it, and Clark were involved in, like, I think they were the only people in this episode, so this was like one of the shortest casts ever. But yeah, we were left in a state of confusion about the dogs, and I think that was really, really great. Like, how they, you know, managed to make that, rather than, you know, delving too much into backstory, they, you know, basically slapped us in the middle, saying, okay, we're in this post-apocalyptic nightmare. Let's deal with this. Of course, the main objective, I think that's what they were supposed to get. The shot of the teddies at the end, that was what they were supposed to get, with that, dying person, Jack. I assume he's a kid, hence why, you know, the bears eased the suffering. So, yeah, I mean, I imagine so. Yeah. So, it seems like Jack was a terminally ill kid because he was dying. I mean, I think it was Clark who said, you know, that he's still going to die anyway, so terminally ill. But this was a way to ease the suffering. It wasn't, you know, medical supplies. It was more to do with the fact it was comfort. So, very, very tragic stuff. Tragic for Jack, tragic for everyone, because it seems like these dogs have a hold. Like, they have some kind of... I mean, you saw at the end they were scattered around. I mean, we didn't see them scattered around the world, just the locations that Bella went to, it seems. But still, they still have a very, very dangerous hold on you, and you know, you don't want to mess with the dogs, so... Who's a bad boy? Who's a bad boy? No, it was just very, very scary as well. Fact is, this technology already exists. I've mentioned it a few times in this episode, but there is I can't remember what the name is. I'll know because I'll look it up and be like, no, let's burn this idea before it goes out of control. But you know, this already exists, albeit there's a much bigger version. So, it's a good job that they were small, because a bigger one would have packed a heavier punch probably, and would have, probably killed, Bella. So, because I don't know, you just think they would probably move a bit faster potentially, given, all the specs, exceed the smaller dogs, of course, but yeah, you'd just be glad it was a small one. It also kind of reminded me, I don't know, I did sing it, of course, but, it did remind me of Blade Wolf, but probably because, the real life creation of the robotic dog, does also remind me of Blade Wolf. So, for those who don't know, Blade Wolf is he was initially a corrupt dog, but there was more to his story, of course. I have to follow these programs, otherwise my memory would be erased and all that. So he turned good in the end, so it was all good. But it was still really, really eerie to visit a world where you have these nightmarish AIs, come after you, and it was just really, really great how they did certain things, especially the noir landscape, of course, which was a really, really beautiful touch, adding to the horror element, cause there was a lot of, tense moments in that episode, especially when they were at the warehouse and the dog was waiting for them, and then, put the shrapnel, they blasted shrapnel in Tony's face, of course. When that dog got into, the house that, Bella was in, and, got the knife, which is so eerie, considering the fact that, Bella was taking the piss out of it, oh, you haven't got an arm, so what are you gonna do? You can't climb up the tree. No, but don't piss it off, because it will find creative solutions, which it did with the knife, so, scary stuff, but yeah. It also, is kind of scary as well with the fact that, people, we see a Black Mirror representation of, what could happen if, I guess, robots took over the world, because, we always make jokes about, oh, look at this, it's Terminator-style robots, we're fucked, so, yeah. And we got a really, really good representation of how, daunting that, because Black Mirror, really, puts a lot of life into these stories and, solutions that seem, I guess, good in hindsight in some cases. For example, the grain is pretty solid, especially for dementia cases. But of course, we saw how that, kind of had a fracture, as well. Back in season 1, of course. There's some great ideas and some really, really interesting, stuff with these Black Mirror episodes, but it can all turn the wrong way. Same with robots. I mean, robots is always, robotic, beings are very, especially, in the future, they are a really, really interesting concept, of course, but like I said, we always make these jokes about what could happen once they become sentient and, they start dominating the human race and we become the lesser species. Which is also funny because, you've got dogs being man's best friend and now they become the dominating force over humanity. So, it's a kind of a two-way process here. Robots controlling humans and then, they take the form as dogs, so dogs control, yeah, so, really, really interesting stuff, but I think this was, I can't really comment too much about this, because, it was a simple story, in my opinion, but it was filled with so much, tension and intrigue. It was just so, great. Like I said, what we know is the world's in a post-apocalyptic nightmare ravaged by these dogs. And, this, I guess, scavenger group, was, going to a warehouse to collect, a bear or two, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6. But to ease the pain of Jack. So, that was basically it. And then these dogs started chasing, Bella because Tony got. And then, Clark did get away, but then, the dog came for Clark in grueling fashion. And ever since then, Bella was on the run. So, it was pretty, you know, standard. Like, it's so funny. It wasn't completely boring at all. The story might have, you know, not had so much packed into it, but there was a lot of tension throughout, especially seeing the humans, like, filled in this horror, in this horror landscape. Like I said, the noir theme kind of contributed to that, and, you know, the atmosphere, it was really, really daunting. But, you know, there was still a lot of great things about this episode, even though the story wasn't too jammed-packed with information and backstory. Like, there was a lot of strategy being called from Bella's, perspective about how to deal with the dogs. Like, for example, she had that, throwing, stuff off the dog's head, and the dog was like, and, you know, try to, I guess, get it into a pattern so she can, you know, waltz by, because of course, you know, that dog was waiting for her to come down. So, I really like that, as well as the fact that when the dog was in that house, of course, and it came into the bathroom, well, it wasn't really, I don't think it was the bathroom, it was more of a, you know, a room that was being decorated, but still, she managed to use the paint to her advantage, by blindsiding it. Of course, it could still, and then I was going to get to that point anyways. She utilized the music to create a distraction because it was still blind, but it can also pick up on its other senses as well. So Bella used that for her advantage, by distracting the dog, of course, because the dog couldn't be able to pick apart her now that its senses were corrupted, with the paint. So it was a really, really great strategy, but of course it all, you know, went to poop in the end, of course, when the shrapnel, when the dog gave out one last burst of shrapnel, it got into the neck. I think it was deep in the neck, and of course that would bring the rest of the dogs. So she was screwed anyways with it being so embedded. But yeah, like I said, it was just really, really, you know, frantic stuff. I did get this out a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie though, I thought there was gonna be a few more jump scares. Like it was tense, don't get me wrong, but I thought there was gonna be, you know, more than the warehouse bit, especially when, you know, Bella was in the, house. I thought there was going to be a few jump scares there, especially with the dog, with the one dog, being, in the house. I was also going to say, looking in the final scene, and then comparing that with the rest of the episode, where we saw a lot of dogs being hunted around, it's so eerie how much, damage that one dog can do to, I guess, a few people. Like, I mean, this shouldn't come as as a surprise, I guess, in a sense. But, I mean, it's so scary, and it just shows the domineering hold that these dogs have on humanity, I guess. Like, one is able to do so much. You gotta think a few, like, they could create a pack anyways, and, you know, that would be even more damning. But it was just a scary, like, sight to see, wasn't it? To see, you know, these dogs being so, you know, bloodlust, and I don't know how to put it. Like, they were, like, I think it's also with the fact that, you know, this is, in theory possible. Like, it's already happened, like, well, not the whole, human domineering part, but the fact that we've actually got, like, a prototype build, or albeit much bigger, already in existence. So, you know, one slight behaviour change and humanity goes to hell. Probably not. I mean, there's like 7 billion people on Earth, so unless they mass produced it like they did with these dogs, then we'd have a problem. But I don't think, you know, there's many able, like, even if they decided to turn rogue, I don't think they would, you know, put up a fight, like, against, you know, humanity. But then again, it's not like all of the 7 billion people are going to converge together and be like, okay, let's take down this, you know, creature. It's decided to turn rogue. Let's put it down. No, but it was a fantastic episode. Very tense. Very, very nerving stuff, and I just really, really loved it so much, especially the horror element. It was really, really fantastic, and very, very unique, which is really, really good. Like, Black Mirror does some, you know, unique stories really fantastically, and this was no exception, so I really, really loved it. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my Meiji Feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!